Well, good morning, everybody. It's Sunday morning, and this is a follow-up to the Safety Chef camp stove. And I'm just going to point out that safety, I don't know about that. Anyway, I just scoured the internet. I found a guy that actually found the actual fuel cell that has camp stove fuel in it. It's kind of like just sterno that actually is supposed to be for these, and he found some new old stock, and it was a disaster. I don't know if the fuel had tainted or what. I can't imagine, but I mean, we're talking fireball, not a good deal. So I spent the last hour, and I've got some things that I've done. I want to show them to you because I'm not ready to give up on this safety stove. In fact, I think that there's something very special about the design of the stove itself. It almost kind of acts like a rocket stove. So I'm not willing to give up on it. So if you want to check it out, I'll show you what I've got going here, and let's do this. This is what we've got. This is the stove, okay? And you've got this asbestos ring, and then you've got this column. That column there, that solid area, it goes all the way up through the top, and it kind of creates a jet, okay? So when you get this thing hot enough, I'm telling you what, it really, really performs well. So I actually been working with different diameters. This diameter here actually fits up in there. It doesn't seat onto the asbestos. It fits up in there. And I've tried everything. I've tried to scoop out sterno and put it in this, and I've tried to use sterno for the fuel. The best fuel was denatured alcohol. So that's why I was joking about the safety, because you get a little pot of denatured alcohol sloshing around in there and you bump into that thing. I mean, I'm not just talking about here, but even, out on the trail or whatever, you could start a serious fire. So I've tried asbestos rope in here. I tried it 3 times. The third time it melted, which is so weird. The first time it didn't, second time it did, but the third time it actually did melt. So I got rid of that. It dawned on me, you know what? This lid is cool and all, right? And it has a nice little latch, right? And it has like this little keeper right here that keeps your, pot square so that when it goes down. I even took a 1 pint cup, stainless steel cup, and I cut the bottom of it off, and this is flared, right? So this is flared up. This one actually sets right on the asbestos. See that? That fits right on there. Probably how it's designed. But the fuel is weak. The fuel is not, in my opinion, doesn't do such a great job. The other thing is you got to make sure that, like the denatured alcohol, it burns up really quick. So you barely get enough to boil water because the reservoir is so small. So here's where I'm at. I'll show you. So I've got a regular cheapo spirits cup going right here, and I've got it heating up and trying to get a bloom. And I'm not willing to cut the bottom off because it actually gives it some nice ballast, but I am flipping it backwards, and I'm just going to encapsulate it just like that. And we'll do some testing. If I have this over just a little bit, you can probably see my flame. I got a nice bloom, and I've got a beautiful blue flame firing up off the side, right? You see that? But now that it's not trapped in that deal there, I can move it over a little bit. Now I think that that's dead square, and I think that we should get a flame up around both sides. Look down there. We got a nice blue flame down there on that side, all the way around. See that? The other thing, I don't understand why they did not round these. These are like razor blades around the top. So I'm going to actually take my now this is really getting interesting. That is hot. That is very nice. 4. It's getting hot. Now I'll trap that heat down there. So my spirits cup, I tried to set on this in that cradle, and it just pushed it up too far and choked it out. So technically, if you can find a spirits that is not as high, but then again, you're not going to get as long of a burn, you could actually set this on top of there. I'm actually going to, if this goes like I think it's going to go, I'm going to take that off. I'm going to set the spirits burner on there, just on the flat panel, and get rid of that 3-pronger. But I'll drill it out and save it. That way I can put it back on there if I want. This is something that is going to blow your mind. I had to get the spirits burner into bloom before I trapped it, but I got to tell you, I've got a boil already, and if that was 4 minutes, I should have timed it. But can you see what's happening down there in that column? I'm going to pull this. I've got a boil already, and let's take a look. Look at what's happening down there. It's like a rocket stove, okay? And the flame is perfectly clean, and it's about 8 inches above the riser. Right there, look at that flame. I got the light off so we can see this blue just a little bit better. Look how perfectly spaced that is. I'm going to try and catch it. Right there. Can you hear it? And then down in there you can see the burner. See the small, that is just piping red hot all the way to the top. Now I'm going to pull it. All right, there it is. I actually took out that spring, and now the entire spirits burner is laying flat on this, and it works perfect. Anyway, just a quick follow-up after yesterday or last night's Camp Chef coffee challenge, and I was struggling there, but I actually got it to work, and I had fun. But all night I was just like, hey, what about this? What about this? But anyway, I'm on to something. Get one, check it out. Let me know what you think.